Welcome to the virtual college fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Counselors and StriveScan. Before we begin our presentations this afternoon, just a few quick housekeeping items. The first is that to ask questions of our panelists, please feel free to use the Q&A button. And also just a reminder that your microphone and camera are off so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And also please do feel free to sign up for more sessions at the same website where you signed up for this afternoon session. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same website. But without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our first presenter, which will be Salem College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Janet Zamora. I'm an admissions counselor at Salem. Let me share my screen really quick. Okay, some quick facts about Salem. We are the oldest women's educational institution in the United States, founded in 1772. So we've been around for almost 250 years. We are ranked the 3rd liberal arts college in North Carolina and 24th in the country. We are ranked 10th in social mobility and have a student body of about 1,000 students. We have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and your average class size is going to be 12 to 15 students. So you get a lot of personalized attention, a lot of one-on-one attention from your professors. So it's really easy to get help at Salem and really hard to fall behind. We have about 42% students of color, 100% acceptance rate into law school, and 90% acceptance rate into medical school and health-related programs. So pre-law and pre-med are very popular at Salem. We are very hands-on, so we make sure that you get experience in the field before you go out and actually start working there. And you might be wondering, why would I want to go to a women's college? Some pros of going to a women's college are that graduates of women's colleges tend to earn an average of $8,000 more per year than graduates of co-ed institutions. You're also more than twice as likely to earn a PhD, 1.5 times more likely to major in math, science, pre-med, or any other male-dominated field than if you went to a co-ed institution. You can choose from one of our many majors that we offer at Salem. We have anything from the social sciences to the natural and applied sciences to the arts and humanities, School of Music. Some of our most popular ones are communication, biology, exercise science, design, business, and English. With all of these, with business, we have what's called the Center for Women in Entrepreneurship and Business downtown. It's a place where you can go do internships with startup companies. Sometimes you'll have classes there as well. Students have been able to get jobs out of those internships that they've had with those startup companies. So it's a really great opportunity that we have at Salem. We also have Division III athletics, which means we don't offer any athletic scholarships, but you can be sure that our students play for the love of the sport. We have 7 different sports that you can choose from. There's volleyball, soccer, softball, tennis, swimming, lacrosse, and basketball. And all students at Salem are student athletes, so education always comes first. Professors and coaches will work together to make sure that you're not having to miss class because of practice or miss exams because of games, and just make sure that it's possible to both play a sport and be a college student at the same time. If you're not much of an athletics person, we also have different student organizations that you can join. There are leadership and service clubs, academic clubs, religious and spiritual clubs, identity-based clubs. There's many, many different things you can choose from. But if there's something that you would like to be a part of, but we don't have it, you're more than welcome to start a club with a friend. You don't need a large group of people to start something. It can literally be you and another friend. We want to make your experience at Salem as tailored to you as we possibly can. We have different opportunities for you to learn outside of the classroom. We have flexible study abroad options. All students are required to complete an internship before they graduate. And the reason for this is we think it's really important, like I said earlier, for you to dip your toes in the water and get an idea of what the field you're majoring in is like. Many students are able to figure out, if that's what they want to do after they graduate, or if it's really what they don't want to do, which is completely fine. We want you to figure it out sooner rather than later. We don't want you to graduate and say, well, I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't what I expected it would be. We also offer different service learning courses, And we have cross-registration at Wake Forest University, which is about a 10-minute drive away for you to take classes at no extra cost. In order to apply, we just need your submitted application, an official high school transcript, a teacher recommendation, and a writing sample. We are test optional, so you don't have to worry about submitting your SAT or ACT scores. And I would say really put a lot of effort into your writing sample. We take a very holistic approach at looking at your application, so we're gonna make sure to look at everything, and your essay can really be, really enhance your application. To apply, you can apply at admissions.salem.edu. You can go through our Common App, CFNC, either one of those three is fine with us. There's no application fee and we're rolling admissions. So you can submit your application throughout the whole year and we'll start accepting people as those applications come in. Once you submit your application, you'll hear back from us within 2 to 4 weeks. So it's a pretty quick turnaround process. We also offer scholarships and financial aid. We offer merit-based scholarships and need-based scholarships. Merit-based are those awarded based on achievements and successes, while need-based are awarded based on financial income, financial need, and then that is usually based on family income. We offer a half tuition scholarship if you have a 3.25 GPA or above, and then if you decide to go somewhere else and then transfer to Salem, we offer a $12,000 scholarship if you come in with a 3.25 or above. We also offer a full tuition art scholarship. We also offer music scholarships. For those, you do have to apply separately. The merit scholarships, we just look at your transcript and decide whether you qualify or not. We also have what's called the Salem College Promise, and that one is based on your FAFSA. At the very end of your FAFSA, you'll get a number called your EFC. If that number is between $0 and $5,000, you'll receive free tuition and fees from us, and you only have to worry about paying for room and board and parking and books. But those are the ones that we offer. And lastly, I do want to invite you to come take a virtual tour with us. You can either email us to take a tour, you can scan the QR code on the screen, you can call us to schedule something. And right now, while we're not offering on-campus tours, we are offering a student-guided virtual tour. They'll sit down with you in a video call, show you a video of campus and be able to answer any questions you may have about what is student life like, what has their experience been like, and just get a student perspective, just like you would if you came to campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Salem College. Our next presenter this afternoon is University of Oregon.
Thanks so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Vicki Van Patten. I'm one of the admissions counselors at the University of Oregon. To give you some background on the UO, we are located in Eugene, which is the second largest city in the state of Oregon. So we're that always on the screen here. We're just about 2 hours south of Portland, which is the largest city in Oregon, and about an hour from the Cascade Mountains and an hour from the Pacific Ocean, and then 3.5 hours to the California border. So we're centrally located within the state. A lot of really great outdoor recreation. We have an airport right here in Eugene where you can fly back and forth to get home, and we have an international airport up in Portland too. So that's also an option. With that too, to give you an idea of our campus size, we have around 23,000 students on our campus, and just under 19,000 of those students are undergraduates, meaning they're studying for their bachelor's degree. And those students are coming from all 50 states, over 100 different countries. And you can see on this map here, the greener the state, the more students that are coming from that area. So we do have quite a few that are coming from the East Coast out to Oregon. We're about half in-state students, half out-of-state students. And so you're going to be able to learn from people with a lot of different perspectives and views when you're on our campus. The size of our campus is about 295 acres, and I always tell students you can walk from one end of campus to the other in about 15-20 minutes. It's accessible walking, biking, scooter. We have accessibility vans. Our students typically won't drive to class, so it'll mostly be a pedestrian campus. And you can bring a car if you'd like, but it's not something that we really recommend for students. We have a public transit system where you can get all around the city of Eugene for free with your student ID. There's Uber, Lyft, all types of other options. And so we are one of the greenest cities in the United States for air quality, recycling, bike friendly, lots of things to do outdoors with that recreation piece. So when we're thinking about why for the University of Oregon, we are a Tier 1 National Public Research University. And about 75% of our students will engage in research at some point in time while they're on our campus. And oftentimes we think of research being in the labs and the sciences, but it's happening across all areas. We have folks who are documenting native languages where there might still only be a few people who speak that language, folks doing internships and research with comics learning how women have kind of been portrayed in comics over time. We have folks who are doing multimedia journalism research. And so just know that you can get involved in research as early as your first term on campus. You don't have to have prior experience. We have a full center that helps our incoming students find these opportunities and get involved in research. So if that's something you're looking for, that's something that we definitely have on our campus. We also have about 240 different majors, minors, and concentrations you can study, and you don't have to have a major selected right away. So oftentimes we have a lot of students who will apply as undecided. You're not at a disadvantage when you apply that way. And we have a lot of majors like business administration, psychology, political science, anthropology, biology. If you're thinking you want to go into the health sciences, we have a lot of programs for that where they'll help with workshops, MCAT prep, all types of things. So just know that you have a lot of options for majors to study and advisors who will help you narrow down those options if you're undecided. We also have over 300 different clubs and organizations that students can be a part of on our campus. That's everything from academic organizations that are related to your major. There's interest-based groups. We have intramural sports if you want to play for fun with other students across campus. They have a fun water polo team where people wear different floaties in the pool and they play water polo together. Fraternities and sororities. So you have a lot of options to stay busy outside of the classroom. We also have our Division I athletics. If you've seen the team on TV and everything, that's a big point of pride that we have. Our students love to go cheer on the Ducks. Basketball and football are two of the really big ones, and you get to go for those student events on campus with your student ID. So you just go in, reserve your tickets, and you don't have to pay extra, which is pretty cool. So you'll find lots of green and yellow throughout campus, as well as the entire city of Eugene. We also have career services to help our students get internships, jobs after graduation. And some of the top companies that our students go to work for after graduation are places like Adidas, Amazon, Apple, Nike, Microsoft, all of these companies here. We are on the West Coast, so we're close to a lot of them, but we do have students interning at the Library of Congress in DC, folks with comics and internships with art and technology and Marvel. So definitely keep in mind that you have a lot of options for places to go for these different internships and jobs after graduation. And when we're thinking about applying to the University of Oregon, we do a holistic review process, which means we look at all of the criteria here on the screen. So we're looking at your grade point average, your grade trend, your courses, and course rigor. We know what's available at your school. And so we like to see that you're challenging yourself. We're also going to look at activities, work, volunteering, anything you're doing outside the classroom. We'd love to hear about that. And we are test optional for ACT and SAT, so you can send those in if you'd like, but they're not required. And students who do not submit test scores are not at a disadvantage for admission. Our scholarships are also test blind, so you're not in a disadvantage to get different scholarships on our campus as well. And then the personal statement and essays is really your time to shine as a student. Tell us more that we can't see from your transcript and your general information on your application. Deadlines to keep in mind for senior year. November 1 is early action. It's non-binding. You can still apply to other schools. You have until May 1st to let us know if you're attending. You'll hear back from us by December 15, letting you know if you've been admitted or not. January 15 is our regular decision deadline, and with that, students will hear back by April 1st. February 15 is when we'd like to have any final documents into us. If you want to send updated grades or change a class on your class schedule, you'll want to send that in. And May 1st is that National Decision Day. So really exciting time to let schools and colleges know if you're planning to attend. So just know you have until May 1st to make that decision. And then as far as exploring the UO, we have a variety of virtual events for students. We have our Duck Preview series that's coming up soon, and that's going to have academic colleges, people from across campus. So you can engage that way. They're only an hour long at a time. We also have a campus tour on YouTube that you can explore, as well as a 360 experience. So this virtual.uoregon.edu website is really going to be your tool and helpful for you during this process. And then this is my contact information if anyone has questions. I work with students from the Virginia, DC, Maryland area. So definitely feel free to contact me if you do have those questions.
Great. Thank you very much, University of Oregon. Up next is Rider University.
Thank you, and welcome to all the students that are joining us. My name is Faye Rappaport, and I'm the regional representative for Rider, and I cover Virginia, Maryland, and DC. Rider University is located in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. We're about 45 minutes north of Philadelphia and about an hour south of New York. So we have easy access by train to both of the large metropolitan areas. We're also about 10 miles south of Princeton, which gives us a college town, and about 10 minutes from Route 1, which is a major corridor that contains businesses, restaurants, malls, places where our kids love to work, as well as go shopping and enjoy food. Rider was founded in 1865 as a business school. So business is obviously a strong major with us in various applications. But over the years, it grew into a university and added liberal arts, education, the sciences, as well as performing arts. We're probably best known, aside from business, for our health sciences. There are 2 major health facilities near us, as well as 3 major pharmaceutical companies. We're also known for our musical theater program. Given our proximity to Philadelphia and New York, it's sort of a natural fit for us. Communications, radio, and TV are really big with our students, as well as education. Our students who go on for education get a full certified teaching degree in 4 years and can be out and working in the schools. We're a school of about 3,200 students, so I like to tell everybody we're sort of like Goldilocks, not too big, not too small. You'll recognize kids on campus, but you won't know everybody as you walk around. 85% of our students live on campus, and all of the freshmen do. So that it's a really vibrant area. We're a Division I school. So that means we have Division I sports in everything except football. I always warn everybody, Rider doesn't have football. We're really well known for basketball, having graduated some players that went to the NBA, and our first woman last year who went to the WNBA. But if Division I sports isn't your thing, we have clubs and intramurals, and that way you can stay active on campus. Aside from approximately 150 plus clubs and organizations that our kids participate in. Rider University went test optional about 4 years ago, so we're able to navigate that system quite well at this point. You would apply, we would need your transcript, letters of recommendation, and the application itself submitted. We're a rolling admissions university, so once you apply to us, within 6 to 8 weeks, you would have a decision. We do have early action, that's November 15th, and you would find out by Christmas about your decision. And the only exception to all of that has to do with our musical theater kids. They all have to apply by November 15th in order for us to give them time to submit their pre-screens and to schedule their auditions. You don't have to let us know until May 1st whether or not you want to come and have an opportunity to go over your financial aid package. Scholarships are awarded based on your application. There is not a separate application. That will be done once we read your application. This year, the college has launched a brand new initiative called Lifting Barriers. The president and the board of trustees got together 3 years ago and started looking at the price of a college education and worked on various aspects of that. And with this Lifting Barriers, we have reduced the tuition 22%. So our tuition next year is $3,500. And then you would automatically be considered for scholarships. And if you file the FAFSA, financial aid to help you out with paying for school. I am the regional rep, and I am also the person that will be reading your application. So you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. Campus is open and we are having tours, but you need to sign up because they're on a limited basis. But if you go to our website, you'll be able to sign up for a virtual tour, and there'll be a tour guide that can take you around campus and answer any questions for you. I hope you'll take a look at Rider and hopefully come and see us either visually or in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Rider. Up next this afternoon is University of South Carolina.
All right, thank you very much. So my name is Casey Padgett, and I'm the rep for Virginia for South Carolina, and I'll go ahead and give you all a little bit of basic information about USC. So USC, we're in Columbia, South Carolina. It's the capital of the state. We have about 27,000 undergraduate students. About 58% of our students are in-state and 42% of them are out of state. We do have students from all 50 states and 100 plus countries. And we did receive the Insight into Diversity Award for Higher Education Excellence and Diversity. That right there is a picture of our McKissick Museum Visitor Center. So when you come to campus, you'll check right in right there. And then I always encourage students to sign up ahead of time. While we do have tours, they are on a limited basis. So make sure you sign up way in advance. Here's Kaki making his way on down from Virginia to Columbia. So we're about 2 to 2.5 hours from all the beaches on the East Coast, like Hilton Head, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and then we also are an hour and a half south of Charlotte, and then Greenville, South Carolina, and Asheville, North Carolina are about 2 to 4 hours away from us. And we also have an airport in Columbia, and then of course the airport in Charlotte as well. So there's lots of different ways to get down to campus to visit us. A little bit about Columbia. So I mentioned before, we are the capital of the state. It is the largest city in the state. We do have 30 different Fortune 500 companies in Columbia alone. So that means great for internships and part-time jobs. We have a lot of rich history and really rich culture and arts in Columbia as well. And we also have 3 different rivers that run throughout the entire city. So a little bit about our academics. We are a Carnegie Tier 1 research university. About 56 of our programs are nationally ranked, and we have a 17-to-1 student faculty ratio. So that means that about 85% of our classes have about 50 students or less. And then of course, when you're in your major classes as an upperclassman, your courses will be a lot smaller, typically about 15 to 20 people per class. And we do have 300 unique degree options. Here's a list of all of our academic colleges and schools. We are most known for business, engineering, arts and sciences, and nursing. We also have our own law school, and we also have our own medical school. We are top ranked in the country for public schools honors colleges. And so basically, if you're somebody who wants to challenge yourself in school, take rigorous classes, you'll definitely will love the honors college. It's about 2,000 people total. So you kind of run your own school within the general university. And another program is called the Capstone Scholars Program. That's your first 2 years at USC only. It's a leadership program, and you have to be invited to be a part of it. Now I want to get into our internships and study abroad. So we do have about 100 different countries we partner with around the world. So you name it, we have that you can study abroad for a semester, a year, or a summer. And I mentioned that we do have 30 different Fortune 500 companies in Columbia. We actually have 3 different internships or different career centers on our campus. We have the main career center for any student to go by and get their resume reviewed, mock interviews, and also help you interview for jobs. And then we also have a business school and engineering school career center. A little bit about our student life. So we have 500 plus organizations on our campus. We're very active as Gamecocks. About 25% of our student body decides to do Greek life. And students are also involved in dance marathon, community service, leadership, student government, just to name a few. Club sports, intramural sports are pretty popular as well. On the bottom right-hand corner, that is a picture of our fitness center. So yes, that is a pool on our campus. It's very hot in Columbia. Average temps of about 65 degrees all year round. We do have palm trees all over campus. It's absolutely beautiful. You can even rent some equipment to go kayaking or paddleboarding or biking in the fitness center as well. Our Gamecock spirit is definitely very strong. We're really excited. We just won last Saturday against Auburn. And so we're just happy that football is back. And then we also had a pretty big basketball year a couple of years ago. Our women's basketball team were national champions in 2017. And then our men's basketball team went to the Final Four for the first time in school's history. So we definitely love to root on for our Gamecocks. Here are requirements to apply to USC. So we're on all 3 applications, the USC, Coalition, and Common. We require a $65 application fee. You must upload a school report form and then also an unofficial high school transcript. We are test optional this year. So if you do have a test on file, go ahead and send that in. If you're comfortable with that, we do super score the SAT and the ACT, or your other options are to send in 3 exams that are either IB or AP, or a graded essay, which is a research paper or an essay from 11th or 12th grade in history or English. Here are our upcoming deadlines. So our early action deadline has passed, unfortunately. Our honors college deadline is November 15th. And then the last time to apply to USC is December 1st, and you'll find out around the mid-March timeframe. And we do have a lot of merit-based scholarships for students as out-of-state students. And so all you have to do is just apply to USC and you'll automatically will be reviewed for scholarships. That's all gonna be based off of holistic review. So we'll look at your transcript first and foremost in academics. And then from there, we'll look at your essay as well as your involvements within your community and your high school. So that's all I have for you today. This is our contact information. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions about anything. And thanks for coming.
Thank you, University of South Carolina. Up next will be West Virginia University Institute of Technology.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Ashley and I'm with West Virginia University Institute of Technology. If you've heard of WVU, we are a branch school of them. We are located in the southern part of West Virginia. We have around 1,700 students here. And since we are part of the WVU system, it's easy to go between the campuses if you want to do a couple of years here and a couple of years in Morgantown. Right here is a picture of our Beckley campus. As you can see, it's pretty small, but everything's kind of condensed. You can get from one end of campus to the other in a very short amount of time. And then where the blue tents are, that is our business college. And then on the middle part of campus is where our engineering college is. We are located in the city of Beckley, so I'll give you a little bit of information about them. They're the 9th largest city in West Virginia, and campus is located in the heart of downtown. So basically, just across from some of our classroom space, you'll see the city hall, and there's also lawyers' offices and a couple of community service locations that are located right on campus. WVU Tech was actually founded in 1895. Our student to faculty ratio is 12:1, and our average class size is around 17 students now. We have 2 academic colleges, which is the College of Business, Humanities, and Social Sciences, and the Leonard C. Nelson College of Engineering and Sciences. We have over 35 academic programs here, as well as 18 NAIA athletic teams. Some of our achievements here on campus, our annual increase in enrollment has went up since 2012 every year. We have 9 ABET accredited engineering programs here on campus, which just means that they have the gold seal of approval for engineering. And we are also #1 for West Virginia on student return on investment. That just means once you graduate, you're able to go out and get a job and be able to make that money back. Here is a list of all of our programs of study. So we have anything from accounting and chemistry and construction management, and then all of our engineering programs here. We also have a new program on our campus, which is hospitality and culinary. It's a 2-year program, and it's actually partnered with our sister campus in WVU Kaiser. So it's one of their programs, but it's housed on our campus. We have all of the pre-professional tracks here as well: pre-med, pre-pharmacy, pre-vet, pre-dental. Those typically are biology and chemistry here on our campus. And then we have pre-law, which can be any major you want. You can do accounting, or you can do an engineering, or you can do the typical history and government. Campus housing here, we have 2 residence halls, which is Hogan Hall and University Hall. They're both set up as 4-person suites. However, in University Hall, every person in the suite has their own bedroom, as well as there's 2 bathrooms in the suite. Dining services on campus, we have a buffet style dining hall on our campus, and then we also have the tech spot, which is where our Starbucks on campus is located, and it's kind of a grab and go cafe. So if you're in a rush in between classes, you can always just run in there and grab something to eat, and you can use your meal plan to pay for that as well. Student organizations on our campus, We have kind of a wide variety. We have our academic-based ones, so the Psychology Club, the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, which takes builds the Baja buggy that they take out and race every year. We also have one that builds the concrete canoe that they take out and race. And then we have social organizations, so SGA, which is our Student Government Association. And then we have Tech Alliance as well. Since we're located in the southern part of West Virginia, outdoor recreation is in our backyard. So if you want to go hiking, camping, or skiing, you can always do that here. Then we have 18 NAIA athletic programs here on campus. And the newest one on our campus is the esports program. Our homecoming this year is going to be wrapped around them. And as far as I know, last time I heard, we were undefeated in our esports program. Campus success programs, we have accessibility services here, personnel counseling, and our student success center. They actually set up your schedule for your first year of college. And then they also have free tutoring in there as well that you can be a part of. Next fall and then in spring, we are going to be test optional on campus. That just means that you don't have to submit your test score when you apply. However, if you're applying to an engineering or nursing program, you will need a test score in order to be admitted into those programs. Financial aid here on campus. We do have a lot of scholarships that are merit-based. So they're based on your GPA and your test scores. And here is just some basic contact information for the admissions office here. And here is my contact information. So if you need to contact me and ask any questions, feel free to. Thank you.
Thank you, West Virginia University Institute of Technology. And our final presenter for this afternoon will be Germanna Community College.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we're doing well. My name is Carly Pappas. I am one of the college recruiters here at Germanna Community College. We are located in Fredericksburg, Virginia. We're part of the Virginia Community College system, so we actually have 22 sister schools throughout the Commonwealth. We predominantly serve the communities of Caroline, Culpeper, Fredericksburg, King George, Madison, Orange, Spotsylvania, and Stafford. We have been online for many, many years, and we will continue with our online education services throughout the spring 2021. Our physical campuses are closed to the public. You could be taking classes with us virtually anywhere in the world. You don't necessarily have to live in our localities to take courses with us. I want to talk about a couple opportunities for you at Germanna. So we have our college transfer. So typically students will have the opportunity to complete an associate's degree with us. And you can think of an associate's as the first 2 years of your bachelor's degree. We also partner with about 45 different transfer partners here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and we have this great thing called the Guaranteed Admissions Agreements. So basically, as long as you meet their criteria, their deadlines, and you graduate with your associate's degree from us, you have a guaranteed yes to move over to that institution and to complete your bachelor's degree with them. This is really great, saves you a lot of time and money. Now, some programs that might not be a part of these guaranteed admissions agreements, and it varies depending on each school, but some of those programs might be nursing, dental hygiene, music, dance, theater, even some engineering and business programs. So if you're interested in those areas, we always suggest to reach out to their transfer admissions office, ask that question. They can either say, yes, it's part of our guaranteed admissions agreement, or no, here's the selective admissions process for that particular program. We're also #1 in University of Mary Washington transfers since they're right down the road from us. We'd send tons and tons of students to them every single semester. And we have a few opportunities for students to take classes with both us and Mary Washington at the same time. If you're part of that program while you're still a Germanna student and you're taking Mary Washington's classes, you're actually doing it at our rates. So it saves you a lot of money. Speaking of that, we're also a third of the cost of most Virginia four-year public schools. Especially in this current climate, saving every penny and dime is very important. We do have a full-fledged financial aid office to assist you in completing the FAFSA. If you're looking for loans, scholarships, grants, all that kind of stuff, they're here to assist you. So just make an appointment with them to talk about your financial aid needs. We also have a brand new program that we're super excited about. It's called College Everywhere. It's a 100% online accelerated degree option. So as I said earlier, typically an associate's will take you about 2 years to complete, but with this one, you're doing it in 1 full year. So I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty intense, pretty fast, as you're completing 2 years worth of work into 1 year. But we're offering it in 4 different programs in our business administration program. College transfer, which is our general studies associate's degree. Really, it's the easiest one to transfer to any of the 4 years here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Cybersecurity and IT, and then healthcare, which is our pre-BSN specialization, specifically designed to transfer to a 4-year that has a BSN program, and it should give you a majority of the prerequisites in order to apply to their BSN. So typically how it works, it's going to be 3 full semesters over 15 weeks. You're going to have 3 sessions. First session will be about 3 classes. Second session will be another 3 classes. Last session will be 2 classes. You'll do that for, let's say, fall, spring, summer, and then you graduate. You can transfer to a 4-year. Really, you only have 2 more years after that to complete your bachelor's. So you can have your bachelor's degree within 3 years instead of the typical 4 or 4.5. So if you're interested, I highly suggest going to our website and clicking on College Everywhere to learn a little bit more and get started. We also offer career and professional training opportunities. We have apprenticeship programs, things like HVAC, electrical, plumbing, asphalt technician, even welding. So if you're interested in that, it becomes a learn and earn program. Your first semester, you take core crafts, learn the basic skills, then you choose your apprenticeship. We place you with a community partner, and then it's learn and earn at that time. Typically, those can last anywhere from 2 to 4 years long. We also do one-off credentialing programs like CPR certification, phlebotomy, CNA, medical assistant, Microsoft Office, different computer software programs, then the list goes on and on. But how do you get started at Germanna? It's just doing an application. Go to germanna.edu. On the left-hand side of the page, there's an Apply Now button. Takes you about 15 minutes. We're just asking for your personal information, highest level of education you've completed so far, and then the program you're most interested in. We do not have any deadlines. We do not have any application fees, no minimum GPA requirements, and we do not require test scores. Although if you do have test scores, we highly suggest submitting them, as it will make it easier for us to place you into your math and English classes. So it's very simple. If you're ready to get started, go to germanna.edu, click the Future Students page, and we can chat a little bit more one-on-one, and I can actually help you with your application process. But it's been a pleasure chatting with y'all today. I hope you enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you very much, Germanna. And thank you to all of our presenters today. Before we conclude this webinar, we just want to say thank you to the attendees, and also remind you that once you close this window, you receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask you to take a minute and complete. We also just want to remind you that there are more sessions, so please feel free to visit the same website where you signed up for today's session to check out future opportunities. And 1 week from today, a recording of this webinar will be available on that same registration website. But thank you again to all of our attendees. Thank you to our presenters, and good luck in your college search.